everyone. Welcome to Cooking in Recovery. I apologize that I didn't have an episode last week, but here I am this week, and as you can see, I'm not at the MHA. I am at home. So I'm home, and I'm going to be making lasagna today. I love to make lasagna. I enjoy lasagna. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it, but someone pretty special to me wanted to learn how to make lasagna, so we're going to show him how to make it as well today. Cyrus, this is my oldest son, Cyrus Jones, who I love very, very much, and he's going to help us make lasagna today. What do you think, Cy? Huh?
Fun.
All right. He's not used to this, so he's not as loud as his dad, but you just wait a little bit. He might get a little bit louder. All right, you ready? Huh? Come on.
Yeah.
All right, so as always, I'm going to show you the ingredients. I don't have it set up like I normally do at the MHA because it's a little bit different, so I'm doing it here today. So I've got some ground beef, okay? We're going to cook that up, but I also have ground Italian sausage. Well, these are sausage patties, Italian sausage patties, but they're easier to, if you can find the ground, that works good. To use the regular sausage, you got to cut it up. It's a little bit harder to work with. This is pretty easy to use because I couldn't find the ground. Of course, I have lasagna noodles. I have mozzarella cheese, shredded. I have grated Romano cheese. You can use Parmesan. I like the Romano. Of course, I have ricotta cheese, and I have some just regular tomato basil sauce. Now, no, I'm not going to make my own sauce today. Yes, I know how to. Maybe we'll do that some other time, but it's a lot easier to just use this. So, but you can doctor it up however you want it. But first things first, we are going to get water on to cook the noodles, and we're going to start frying up or browning the ground beef and the sausage patties. All right, let's go. All right, so first thing we're going to do is get our water boiling and start browning our sausage and ground beef. All right, so, and I'm really happy because I'm at home, so we're using my stove, which is gas. So this is going to go a lot smoother for us, right? I'm always complaining about that, Cyrus. The stove at work is electric, and I hate it.
What's
So,
the difference?
huh? What do you mean, what's the difference? One's electric, one's gas. One has fire, like this, and one doesn't. One's an electric stove, like we had at our old house.
Oh, okay.
So we got the water, salt it heavily. You want your water to basically taste like salt water. But you got that. Here's our skillet that we're going to do, brown our meat in. Just olive oil, okay? I put olive oil in my water. There's people that say you don't have to, this, that, and the other thing. I do for a couple different reasons. Number one, your noodles don't stick together as easily. Number two, flavor. It gives it a little bit of flavor, a little bit of nuttiness. Okay, so I can't get this one open. There we go. All right, a little more olive oil in that. And again, here's the olive oil in this. Right, Sai, come here. You're going to watch. Okay. So, we've got it high. We've got our olive oil in there. First thing I'm going to do, open up this package of ground beef. Okay. And just put it right in. I think we're only going to need the one. Want to throw that away? Thank you. And then this is those sausage patties I was talking about. Same thing, I'm just putting them right in. I think there was 6 in this pack, but I'm just going to use 4. And I'm just stacking it all on top of each other, because like I said, it really doesn't matter. We're going to mix it all up. While it's cooked. Come over here for a second. So like I said, now I'm just gonna, here, Si. So I'm taking this, I'm just chopping that all up while it's starting to cook. Okay. And I'm gonna start moving it around to incorporate it all. So it all starts to mix together. As you can see with my wooden spatula here, I'm just kind of chopping it too. See? So that's kind of mixing it all up. See what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. I'm going to season that. Some salt. And some pepper. Alright, go ahead, Si. You mix that around. Same way I was just doing it. No? Turn this heat down just a little bit. So I got it a little above medium. You can see size moving it around. But the one thing I want to do is this. So watch, Si. So you're just kind of going like this, right? Mm-hmm. You want to really get in there, okay? And because when you're doing it like this, when you're doing the chopping it like that, and kind of picking it up and flipping it over, that's going to mix it all together. So then that way, once we put it in our lasagna, you're not getting like just one big bite of ground beef or one big bite of sausage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's mixing it all together. Now you can do that after it's done cooking too, but it's better to just do it this way while it's cooking. And you know what? I am going to put that other package of beef in there. I think I do want a little bit more, so pop that open. Throw that away. Thank you. Now if you want to, you can add more sausage than beef. You don't have to have the sausage if you don't want to. Honestly, you don't have to have the ground beef if you want to. If you just want to do sausage, you can do that. Of course, if you want to make it vegetarian, we could do that differently with, say, maybe mushrooms or something like that. But this one is a meat lasagna, traditional lasagna. Alright. So because I added that other meat, I'm going to add just a tad bit more salt. A little bit more pepper. Now, I also have just some Italian seasoning. So it's like, what is it? It's thyme, basil, rosemary, oregano. Just put a little bit of that in with your meat, not a ton. Just a little bit. Alright, so go ahead, Si, mix it up. You want to make sure all of that is mixed together. Nope, nope, like this. Don't hold it like this, okay? Hold the pan, get your hand in there, okay? I'm holding it the same way I hold a pencil. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay? If you just go like this, you don't have control over anything. If you're holding it like a pencil and holding it tight with your hand firm, you have control over it. And don't be afraid. It's just food. That's all it is. It's not going to hurt you. Okay? Mix it up a little bit. So do it the way I was just doing it. Hold it a little tighter with your hand. Nope. Yep. Still like a pencil. Yep. Not so herky-jerky. There you go. Alright, that's good. So, see how I'm just kind of chopping down? Side?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going like this, big, huge movements. Okay, big, huge movements is what's going to make it fly up out of the pan. Okay, these little chops like this. Okay, and then just taking it and flipping it. Okay, those are the only big movements you really want to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just mixing it up while it's cooking. But now we just gotta let that go for a little bit. I'm gonna turn it up just a tad bit. The other thing I'm gonna do is turn on our oven so that starts to warm up. So it's at 350. That's good for me. So our water's boiling. So I'm going to open up the noodles. You can see our water is boiling hard. It's not a light boil. That's a nice hard boil. That's how you want it. I've got 2 boxes of noodles here. Should be enough. We will soon find out. Okay. I'm going to take them, set them right in there. Even the little half pieces. As you can see, the dogs are here too. Daisy's over here. Hi, Daisy. And our newest puppy is walking around as well. Buster, he's here. So I don't know if you have dogs at home, but if you do, you know that when you are cooking, they do not leave you alone. So they are hanging out. Now you can see what I'm doing with my hand. I mean, these noodles are big, right? And my pot's not huge, so what I'm doing is just kind of poking them down in. Okay? Sai, are you looking too? You're supposed to be watching this too. Okay. So once they get down low enough, I don't really want to get my hand in there. I'll just take my stir over here. Just kind of get them down into that water. Alright. You can see over here our beef is cooking up real nice. Everything's moving along pretty good here. Now the lasagna noodles, you want them to be cooked, but you don't want them to be totally finished. Okay? You want them to still be a little tough. So I remember when we were making pasta the other day, and I showed you like the texture it was supposed to be when noodles were done and like ready to eat for macaroni and cheese. Okay? You want your lasagna noodles to be a little tougher than that, because the truth is they're going to cook more in the oven. Okay? And if you have them too soft, when you go,
then they're just going to be too floppy.
So what will happen is they will just turn to mush in your lasagna. You know what I mean? They'll get way too mushy. You don't want that. Alright. And now the same with the beef. The beef and the sausage here doesn't have to be totally done, because that's going to finish cooking. Well, I guess Buster's talking. They're going to finish cooking. The meat's going to finish cooking in the oven as well. All right, a couple minutes, we'll be back. All right, come here. So our noodles are just about where I want them. Okay, so as you can see, all right, they're pliable. In other words, they're not stiff, they're not rigid anymore. Okay, but if you see, okay, they're not fully cooked. All right, they're still a little tough, and you want them to be just a little tough. So to show you, I'll kind of do this. Well, I want to find the little one. I don't think I'm gonna. I know I had some halves in here somewhere. Whatever, I'll just take this. Alright, I'm gonna put it over here for a second. Just take 2 little slices. Put that back in. So, here, take this. You bite into it. You can see it's still tough, right? It's still hard. You want your noodles to be like that. I mean, I know you at home watching, you can't really understand what I'm saying with the taste wise, but it's basically about, right now those noodles are about 75% done. Okay? That's about where I want them, because like I said, they're going to get softer once I bake them in the oven because of the sauce, the moisture from the sauce, the moisture from the cheese, the moisture from the meat. All those things is going to finish the noodles. Okay? So we're going to drain these, and then we're going to start putting together the lasagna. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is start putting our lasagnas together. Or our lasagna together. I said lasagnas because I'm actually making one for here and one for someone else. But so, anyways, we're going to start putting our lasagna together. Take your time with it. Don't go too fast, you know. And like I said, if you want to add a little something different here and there, you can. I mean, lasagna can kind of be whatever you want it to be. But this is, like I said, it's a traditional lasagna. So, Cyrus.
Yes.
Come on over. Cyrus is very camera shy, so he's been kind of hiding over there and stuff. But so you're probably going to see his hands in a couple minutes, because I'm going to start this, but then he's going to be doing it. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think so far, kid?
It smells good.
It smells good. You can smell the beef and the sausage, right? The pork that cooked up and the noodles, and that beepy sound means that our oven's ready. So let's get started on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so come here, Si. You gotta be able to see. No, you can't stand right there because you're gonna block the camera. Come over on this side. Alright, so this is the way you start the lasagna, okay? Is you want to put a couple of spoonfuls of sauce right on the bottom there, okay? And then, I'm just grabbing this real quick. Take a spatula or something and just kind of spread it around. Okay, because this is just your bottom, right? This is, your noodles are going to go on top of this first, but you're doing this so that basically it doesn't burn and stick to the bottom. If you wanted to, you could take butter or olive oil and smear it all around, but I don't like to do that. I like to use sauce. Okay, because then you can take it up on the side like this, right? Kind of put it on there. If you had like Pam or something, you know, like pan spray, you could even use that if you wanted to, but you really don't have to. It's more fun to use the sauce. So now, you take your noodles, okay, and you just set them in. So one. When you're putting them in there, you don't want to put them right next to each other. You want them to overlap just a little bit, okay? Now you could go, ouch, that was hot. You could go the long way like this, but I'm doing these ones like this to kind of give us a little bit of a edge too, if you can see right there, see side? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's just to give us that little bit of an edge coming up the side of the pan. These noodles are still pretty hot, but I'm trying to get this done because I'm hungry and I want to eat this lasagna. Ow, shit, that one's hot. Okay, there we go. So, you put in your, it's okay. You guys can't see this, but Cyrus is looking at me because I said shit, and I told him it's okay. Not that big of a deal. I think most of us have heard that word before. So now I'm going to put a little sauce again right on top of the noodle. Not a lot, just a little bit. Put that on there. You can see I'm putting a little bit on each one. Okay. Next, this is the ricotta cheese. Okay. Same thing. Put a dollop with the spoon. Now this is hard to spread. Alright. So you might have to do like a couple dollops on each noodle. Just kind of put it on there. Now I'm not like trying to smear it. Okay. I'm just pushing it down onto it. Alright. And it's cheese, so you don't have to worry about using too much, right? Yeah. You can never have too much cheese. At least that's what I say. Cheese is very good. You don't have to say that quietly. You can say it nice and loud. What'd you say, Si?
Cheese is good.
Cheese is good. It is good. That's right. It's just me and you, dude. You don't know who's watching this. No one could watch this.
That's just sad for you.
Alright, so there's that. There's our cheese in there. Alright? So that's our ricotta. So next, I'm I'm going to use a slotted spoon to put the meat on there. Alright, so I'm just going to reach back here, grab the meat, okay, put it on. Now I'm using a slotted spoon because, I mean, if you want to, you can go through the whole process of draining the meat after you're done and all that, but there's a lot of flavor in those juices, you know. I'm not going to pour all that juice into the lasagna, but I'm going to let my meat sit in it while I'm doing this. You know, no reason to drain it all and let it get dry. Okay, so there's our meat. Next, what I'm going to do is, this is the mozzarella. I don't want a ton of this, just that little bit across, because remember we got all that ricotta underneath. But so we're going to do the mozzarella like this. Spread it out. And then next up, I'm going to take the Romano. Okay, and just sprinkle that across like that. And I'm just going to take a little bit more sauce, just put it right down, just a couple dollops. I'm not trying to spread it around.
That's just too messy.
Just kind of putting it on there. What?
If you try to spread it, it's just going to get too messy.
That's right, it's going to get super messy. I just wanted to kind of put it on there, okay? And now, what we're going to do, where's my tongs? Because these noodles are hot. Okay? Just going to kind of take these. Now, if you wanted to, you could take the noodles and lay them out and go through all that, but I'm not doing all that. So now we just do the same thing over again, except now when we put these noodles on, you press them just a little bit. All right? You don't just lightly put them on there. You kind of press them. I mean, don't push all the way so it smashes everywhere. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're just firmly setting them on there. So then that way, when you're doing that, it's kind of spreading everything out evenly. You're trying to give yourself a nice level area to put your next layer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. One more. Well, that's hot. God, that was hot. Come on. Alright, there we go. It's alright. It's for the end. Doesn't matter. Alright. And now we'll... Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Nice what?
I think I did nice.
I can't hear you.
I put it on nice and it looks nice.
Okay. I think you're doing a good job. You got any questions so far?
No, not totally so far.
Not totally? What does that mean?
Like maybe, probably in a little bit, maybe, if we're doing...
Questions about what? Talk to me.
Like, if you're gonna put it in the oven, can you, like, put the aluminum in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not like
I wouldn't put it in something that you can't bake it in.
How are you gonna get it out, though?
How are you going to get what out?
The lasagna.
You scoop it out just the same as you scoop it out of this one. Right? Don't we take a knife and cut it and scoop it out?
Yeah.
Huh? Like a pie, you know what I mean? Or a piece of cake?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's good on this. That's good on the cheese.
Well, now wait a minute. What's next? Come on, man. Steps by steps. Gotta do the steps.
Cheese.
Now, what did I do next? I just did it. What did I do? A little bit more
Sauce.
what?
A little bit more sauce.
Yep.
Oh, good.
No, there's spoons right here. So as you can see, I'm doing my very top layer now. See that?
Uh-huh.
So I don't really want it to curl up over the sides, right? I want to kind of tuck it into there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't want that. Now wait. Take this. Remember, smear it around a little bit, lightly.
And then when you put those on, you want to pack them down a little. Right?
Yeah, yep, exactly. You want to just kind of press it down. Exactly it. These noodles could have been I should have put a little bit more oil in it before I let them sit there. Well, it's alright. So now this is the very top layer of my lasagna. So I'm not going to put meat on top of this, right? But I am going to put some cheese, but not a ton. Cheese and sauce is what I'm going to do here. But I'm going to do it a little bit different. Okay? So I'm going to take some ricotta, put it right on the noodle. Okay? Same thing, just kind of spread it out. I'm not putting any noodles on top of this. This is my very top layer. Now some people, they'll just leave it the dry noodles, or maybe just put a little sauce on it, or just a little cheese, or a little whatever. You know, I want to make it kind of like its own little cheesy layer.
Cheesy goodness.
That's right. Cheesy goodness. Will you hand me that other container of ricotta, please, sir? Thank you. Excuse me. So as you can see, guys, we are working hard together here, me and Cyrus Jones. A little quiet, but we're trying to concentrate on what we're doing. What's up?
This goes after.
I don't know I don't know, everyone. What goes after you put a little sauce on the noodles?
Ricotta.
Then what? Oh, yes. The ricotta. So it goes. If you can see Cyrus's noodles, sauce, ricotta. You can lift it up. Yeah. Careful. Okay. So noodles, sauce, ricotta, meat. Then the other cheeses, right?
Yes.
So here we go. So we got some ricotta. I'm going to put some more of the Romano on with that. Right on there like that. And now, a good helping of sauce on top of this cheese. Okay? I'm not going to spread it out yet, though. You'll see what I do in just a second. But as you can see, I'm putting some pretty good spoonfuls right on top of that ricotta and Romano. I should have got 2 things of mozzarella because we already used it up. That's okay. Both of them have mozzarella. Sometimes you don't get quite enough. It's alright. Crap happens. So there's that. Now I'm going to take my spatula here and I'm going to smear this out and kind of mix it all up, pressing down just a little bit to make it firm, but as you can see, I'm mixing that all together. Alright, that's going to make a really, really good top, cheesy, saucy layer of our lasagna, and I'm getting it into those corners, really working it in there. You can see it all. It's just going to be delicious. What would Dora say, Si?
What would she say?
She wouldn't say delicious. What would she say?
I don't know.
Delicioso.
Can I have the sauce spoon, please?
Yes, you can have the sauce spoon. Alright, there you go. Alright, we're going to finish up Cyrus's here. There he is. This kid's gonna start to finish up his lasagna, and then mine is just about ready to go. Then we're gonna stick them both in the oven, and then we'll show you what they're like when they're done. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did the wrong step.
Why?
Because isn't then it's the other cheese.
Hmm.
That's the other cheese.
Yeah, but it's okay. But you just put sauce on top of it, so that's not a big deal. Yeah, put the other cheese on top. See, everyone makes mistakes.
You're still recording?
Yeah, I was still recording. So guess what? I did have some more mozzarella. I guess I didn't empty the whole bag into it the first time. So I looked over and I saw more. So I did have more. I did buy enough. Take that, internet. So what I'm going to do, actually now I've got the ricotta and the sauce all spread around on top. Now I'm going to finish it with just mozzarella right on there. I'll probably sprinkle some more Romano on it just because I love Romano. There's that. Excuse me, sir.
You're excused. This is the top layer.
Put that on there. Maybe let's just put a little bit of the Italian seasoning just for a little bit of color in with that cheese. Not a ton, just a little. Alright, so Si's going to finish his. Alright, so here's our two lasagnas. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We're getting ready to put them in. I'll put them in. Set the timer for about 15 minutes and then we'll see where they're at. Cyrus?
Yes.
Did you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just so you know, everyone, he's over there getting something to drink. It must be a union break. All right. Put these in. Put this one right on top. No, I am not covering them. It's okay. Don't worry about it. If you don't cover them, it's okay.
Want me to set the timer?
Sure, Si. You can set the timer. Where are you going?
My phone.
No, you set the timer on here. Your phone.
Oh, that's what I use.
See where it says timer? Press timer. Okay.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Slow down. 15 minutes, man. You're at 47.
I didn't know. I thought those seconds.
Pay attention. Okay, now. Jeez Louise. Press the up button and hold it for a second. Okay. When that says 15, there you go. Now hit start. Ta-da! 15 minutes. See you in 15 minutes, everyone.
Adios.
So as we know, this is cooking in recovery. You know, if you've been watching my episodes, I talked about how I myself am in recovery. I'm 5 years sober. One of the cool things that I get to do now, because I'm in recovery, because I decided to change my life and change it for the better, was I get to enjoy doing things like this with my son. Cooking. I mean, so today's Saturday that I'm recording this. Saturday, it is, let me see what time it is. It's about 5:15. Normally at 5:15 on a Saturday, 6 years ago, when I was still in active addiction, I'd be making phone calls right now, getting ready to set things up, make a plan for that night when I went out. And normally I'd leave the house about 7 o'clock and probably not get back home till 6 in the morning. So in recovery, I now can enjoy things like this, you know? Cooking lasagna with my son on a Saturday night is my new party, and it's 10 times better than the party that I used to do. So I just wanted to throw that in there real quick while I had this second to myself. So something to think about, guys. Something to think about. So our timer went off, and I just had to yell at Cyrus because he was too busy back there playing video games with his brother, and I told him, your timer went off. Maybe I said it a little differently than that. Huh?
No.
He doesn't want me to tell you what I said. So anyways, the timer went off. Let's check these lasagnas. Go for it. Open the door.
Bubbly.
So says they're nice and bubbly. So let's see what's going on here, okay? So let's look at mine. Let's see. I'll show it to you on the camera. That's looking pretty good, but I'm not quite there just yet. I want to give it just another minute, okay? Let's look at size. Size is looking delicious.
It looks a little sad.
No, it doesn't. It looks perfect, son. For your first time ever making lasagna? Come on.
Buster, back away from the oven.
So Buster was about to get in the oven.
That's not good.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to let them go for... How many minutes do you think, son? Come on over. Get over here. They can't see you.
5.
Don't tell me. Tell them.
5.
All right. I'm going to let him set the timer because that's always a good time. Go ahead, Si.
Okay.
So now, at the Jones abode, we are getting ready to eat dinner. Come on, Sage, get your butt over here. Come on, come here. So this is Sage Jones, my youngest. Look up at the camera, not at the computer. See the camera? Okay. This is the youngest. He's getting ready to set the table. You gonna set the table?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Come on, let's go. Set the table. Napkins, right? We just need forks. Napkins and forks. Okay. Cyrus is cleaning the table back over there. Fix those chairs. It's crazy. Alright. So let's do that. I'm going to get plates out. Careful. Don't. Come on, you two, behave. Cyrus.
I know, I put this flour.
I know, but I want you to get drinks. Oh, and look who's here. Elizabeth Jones, my lovely wife.
Why are you guys so funny?
Because this is what we do at the Jones family house on dinner time. That's why we're recording.
And this is Buster. What are the new Kardashians?
Huh?
What are the new Kardashians?
Here's the Buster. Okay, watch out. Watch out. Come on.
Sage, what do you want
Drinks.
to drink?
All right, we'll be back in a second.
What do you want to drink, Dad?
Milk, please. Would you guys look at that? Look at that wonderful lasagna. I'm just showing it to you guys. It looks amazing, smells amazing. There's Sage. What do you think, Sage?
It looks good.
Are you ready to eat the lasagna?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's cut into it. See how it looks. No. All right, so we had to take a little bit of a break. But now we're back and we're going to cut into the lasagna. Cyrus, you're supposed to be over here.
Okay.
Just to see how to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this one, I mean, you can kind of score it. You can make your pieces however you want. I'm going to cut it into quarters here, right? It's going to be that. And then thirds. Nope, thirds. I'm going to go like that. See, I'm just doing what's called scoring it. So when you score something, when you score lasagna, when you score a cake, when you score anything like that, you're just making the lines on the top so you can see where your cuts are going to be. Okay? So I'm going to start over here, start at the far end, bring your knife down through. Okay? Come through all the way over to the edge. And kind of drag your knife through. Okay? And now these ones, start here, same thing. I'm not going to go all the way. Yeah, I can go all the way to the end. What the hell? Go all the way over there. So same thing, down. It's basically you're just cutting through the pasta. You know, nothing else is really that you got to cut through on here. Okay, so it's a pain in the ass to scoop lasagna out, I can tell you that. So I'm not going to record that because I'll probably swear a bunch. Okay, so So, as always, at the very end of our video, we have a taste test. So we have Sage. Say hi, Sage.
Hi.
Sage is grumpy right now. Then we have Cyrus, and of course there's my wife, Elizabeth. So go for it, guys.
Good job, guys.
Oh, what is that?
That's really good.
Sage?
It's good.
Huh? Tell the camera, what is it?
It's good.
Say it again.
It's good.
Alright, guys, so thank you very much for watching this week. Of course, MHA is still going. We have our virtual meeting still going on our Zoom page. For more information on that and for more information on the MHA and how to get a coach and how to start working with us, you can log on to our website, mhachautauqua.org. Or you can just, the easiest way is to go to our Facebook page. I would keep talking like Steven normally does, but I want to eat this lasagna, and I also have these two little goofballs to pay attention to. So, I love you all. Thank you very much for watching. Any last words?
The lasagna is really good.
What about you?
I don't know.
Liz? Nothing. Alright, see you guys next week.